What up, Jay?
Yo, what up, man?
How we doing, bro?
Nah, everything is good, bro. How are y'all?
You got the white background there. You look like you're just floating.
Oh yeah. And if I had a green background, I can make it look like I was in paradise.
Are you saying you're not in paradise now? It's not.
I mean, if you want to call my house paradise, that's fine. I typically don't call it that, but you know,
could be worse.
I'll tell you what. It sounds like I hear a bit of an echo. That might be fucking paradise you're in.
Yeah, you got a big house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you dog!
Yo, let me tell you something, kids. Impressions pay well, okay? If you could do some impressions, you could live in a house like that. Shit, man.
That's fucking
man,
good spot.
This is just crack money, man. This ain't impression money.
Oh shit, man. How are things, man? You seem like a busy dude. A lot going on. I know you got several projects in the works, and it seems like work is good.
Yeah, well, I just had a project. I had a project that did drop, 2 Minutes of Fame, that dropped in June. I just had a project that dropped about 2 weeks ago called How to Fake a War. I got another project that's dropping in October the 24th on Hulu, or 23rd on Hulu. It's called Bad Hair. I got an Alicia Keys movie that I'm doing. Me and Christina Milian are starring in that. There's a few players in that as well. I've got another movie that I'm going to be doing with Megan Fox afterwards, man.
You go from Christina Milian to Megan Fox. Those are like my crushes from like high school, man.
From right now,
from forever,
Jay.
yeah.
Mine too.
Business is good.
All right, rank the projects from your least favorite to your most favorite.
I can't. Man. I got a Nickelodeon show too called Unfiltered. So I got that as well. So I'm all over the place, bro. I can't complain, man.
Yo, you're like my fucking dream, man. What's Unfiltered all about?
Unfiltered is it's a mystery celebrity game show. We have different mystery celebs come in. We put a filter on their face, and the kids have to sift out the clues, kind of figure out who exactly it is. And it's fun, man.
You're the host of that, or what?
I'm the host. Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be a panelist. I wouldn't be a player. I'm hosting. I wouldn't be a panelist. Nickelodeon, come on, man. You know what's crazy? When I think about that show, I think about all of the television shows that I used to love watching when I was a kid on Nickelodeon. I remember Double Dare.
Yeah.
I remember I remember all of those What Would You Do?
Yeah.
I remember Global Guts. I remember Legends of the Hidden Temple.
There it is.
And you know and all of that, like, to be one of those people now, man, to be like a big bro to these kids, it's really dope, bro.
Yeah,
it's really dope.
I mean, that if you grew up in that era, those shows, everything you just rattled off are like, I mean, that's a deep in my heart. I remember those, like, that was my childhood.
We can even go deeper, man. Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Real Monsters. Hey, dude. Yeah.
Did you know Salute Your Shorts only did like 2 seasons or one?
Yeah, a lot of
maybe?
those shows are very short, short-lived.
It's true.
Yeah, it feels like it was like one of the most iconic things in my childhood. Like, it feels like it lasted my entire childhood. It was like, I think it was
20
maybe
episodes.
2 seasons. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it right now.
That's crazy. I know it did. It felt like we were. Yo, I used to like Dina. I used to want to smash. Like, I used to lie. Dina
26 episodes from 91 to 92. It was on TV.
Yo, I remember Melanie on Hey Dude that was the one for me. Melanie was.
Oh yeah, Melanie.
Yeah,
she was fine. You ever do this? You ever look up the actors like that were up there and try to like follow them and slide in their DMs? You ever done that?
I haven't slid, but I definitely look them up and find them.
Yeah,
you can slide.
Splash.
I can't. Yeah, you frog splash.
I'm frog splashing them up. I don't care. I just Eddie Guerrero that bitch.
I love it. See,
have you gotten
great.
Responses?
Yeah, surprisingly, yes.
I bet you did.
Have you gone on dates?
Has it gone beyond DMs?
Possibly.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
I'm all about. Look, I'm all about those childhood people I had a crush on and finding them, man. And I'm saying, like, I know I used to like some cougars when I was a kid, and I know now they're so old, they're saber-toothed tigers, but I'll still go over there.
You know who did it for me? I'm gonna go slide in the DMs of remember Mo from Global Guts, the referee? The Irish chick?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. See, that's attainable. I could, you know what I mean?
Jay's going to beat you to it, judging by that reaction.
Hey,
sounds like
you shouldn't
did.
be giving me the
idea. So talk to me about, like, I mean, obviously you got this gift with the impressions, and we got a guy here at Barstool who just joined up who can do the same thing, and like, I'm just so fascinated by the process of, like, what is it like your vocal cords? Is it your brain? Is it just a gift? Is it something you can, like, if I worked at it, could I eventually do it, or no? Is it got to be something you're born with?
If you work at it, you'd be able to be recognizable, but having the talent to be able to bend your vocal cords to go to a certain person, that's just a God-given skill, man.
Right. It's like, it's like sports almost. It's like you either got it or you don't on some level,
you
right?
keep training, you can shoot free throws pretty good, but you can't be LeBron.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So you take a little bit of, it's kind of a little bit of everything that you said. It's studying, it's natural talent, and it's just persistence, man. Being persistent. And I always have the mind that I never fully master an impression. And that's what always keeps me hungry. Even if for standards, if they were to say standards, if they say, that's spot on, I'm still like, nah, there's some more in there that I can find. And that's how I keep everything fresh. Even with like people like Cat Williams and people I emulate and impersonate. There's even more. Like 2020 Cat is different from 2006 Cat. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels of how people sound. So,
for instance, Boo Boo, when Cat Williams first came out, he was talking just like this, pimping all day, and now it changes it and kind of talks like this. And it kind of makes you want to pay attention to the words that he's using, because not only did I put on a Tekashi 6ix9ine wig to fool everybody in this raggedy bitch this evening, but I spoke truth and messed your heads up, because Tekashi 6ix9ine will never be saying things like a pimp would say out of his mouth.
See, it's just, I always feel like I can evolve my characters, man. Always evolving my characters.
Who's the favorite of all time? Who's like the number one or like who's the one you like worked at and wanted to nail and like finally got it and you were like the most proud of?
Probably Denzel.
I was gonna say it's gotta be Denzel. I mean, you are more Denzel than Denzel is Denzel. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's it.
You are.
And you know what? That too. It's not just the voice; it's the mannerisms and the face and the expressions. You do it all. It's crazy.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite SNL skit, maybe of all time. The Unstoppable. Is like,
I knew you were gonna say thank you.
It's a fucking classic. It's so fucking good. Yo, but you were talking about Cat. Cat's in 2 Minutes of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Now
Cat's in 2 Minutes of Fame.
What's that like being around someone who like you do their impression? Are they like do it, or you would never do it in front of them?
So let's even take the impression aspect and put that to the back seat. Let's talk about the fact that this was one of the comedians that I looked up to when I was first coming up. To be on screen and be able to opposite and act off of that person was a blessing in itself, because we looked at Cat Williams when I was in high school. Cat Williams was like, he was the guy. He was the freaking guy. Smart, punctual, well-versed, so lucid with the way that he articulates his jokes and translates it to all different audiences. And just being on the set with him, man, I feel like some of his greatness rubbed off on me. And let me explain that. Because when I was a kid, when I was 16, 15 years old, but it was like, yo, I want to meet Bernie Mac. I want to meet Cat Williams. I want to meet Chris Tucker. I want to meet Eddie Murphy. And I want to meet Bernie Mac, right? Mm-hmm. Got on set with him, and the man came up to me and told me he was a fan of what I do. Wow. And that blew my freaking mind. Yeah. Because it's like the circle of life thing. You know when Simba got his nuts? Remember that?
Yep.
Because there was a block of that movie where he had no testicles whatsoever. He was neutered. Somebody took him. The hyenas ate him off anyway. So when he got on that Pride Rock and he went up there, he did that lion roar, and that solidified him for being in the jungle. I feel like when I was on the set with Cat Williams and he called me into his trailer and he said, and I'm thinking that, oh yeah, it's Cat. We're gonna do the Cali thing. You know what I mean? Of course, this is Smoke. We're gonna do that. He called me into his trailer because his kids wanted to take a picture of me and they wanted autographs. Wow. They were fans. That messed me up. Yeah. Your kids are just like I was when I was 15 to you. So that was like my
wild.
Simba moment. Simba. Go to the Pride Rock. Simba.
You know what's wild is Cat was one of my guys too, because everyone you just listed was black, so I probably should have like Seinfeld. But I fucking loved Cat Williams. Me and my buddy used to lock ourselves in his parents' room because they had a black box and watch fucking Stolen or whatever HBO specials that Cat had, like talking about poor little Tink Tink running around and stuff like that.
Po little tank, po little tank.
Well, tell Jay when you were a kid you wanted to change your names. What were the two choices?
I wanted to change it to I want to be Cordell Stewart. I want to change my parents were like, they're yo, I wanted to change my name. I lobbied my parents. I wrote papers on why it's a good idea and shit like that. I wanted to be Cordell Feidelberg.
And then they said, no, you can't be Cordell. And he said, okay, I'll be Tyrell.
I'll be Terrell Davis.
So, wow, I'm surprised you're not an NFL player. That's it. Let me tell you about my name, because my real name isn't Jay.
What is it?
My real name is Jared Pharoah. That's my real name.
So you're telling me the Pharaoh part's real, but the J is the fake part?
Yep, Jay is the fake part. Pharaoh's real, Jay is the fake part.
Why didn't you go with Jared? Why'd you want Jay?
Because Jared, I don't look like a Jared.
No, you're a black guy.
That is a Caucasian name, all right? Yeah. Now, I finally adapted to my name and learned how to accept it, because I used to be so angry about it. I used to be so remorseful for the fact that my mom gave me this fucking name. I didn't want her to have the name. I'm just saying, I felt sorry for myself, but I realized what my mom was doing. She was trying to set my black ass up for failure. I mean, not for failure, for success. She was trying to set my black ass up for success. Because if I call and make a reservation online and it says Jared Pharoah, well, guess who's getting the table, bruh? Me, dog. Guess who can get approved for credit? Guess who can get approved even before they go into the bank? Me. Why? Because of my name. I have a white Jewish name. Literally. My name is
I was gonna say short of being Joshua Pharaoh. I mean, that's as white and Jewish as it gets.
Jared Pharoah Stein, whatever the hell you want to call me. I just the name. I can get into every country club. Yeah. If I talk to you, and guess what?
You can do the voice. You can do the voice too.
I can do the voice, and I can date white women without their parents assuming shit. Why? Because you're not going to think somebody named Jared Pharoah is going to give your daughter the black pipe. It's not happening.
Yeah. So you made peace with your name, Jared, and then fucking Subway happened. Yeah, Jared's not a good look now.
Exactly. I was like, I can't win. I sell
these goddamn whites.
I sell jewelry, but I touch children. What the fuck is happening? Weird.
Do you ever get sick of impressions and whatnot? I mean, I would have to imagine the world of, yo, do that. I'm happy you just did them on your own because I didn't want to ask for them, but I do like hearing them. But I'd imagine people
Right.
bothering you. It's like, hey, tell a joke, or hey, do an impression. It's like, man, shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing, and that's something else I feel like has come with maturation over the years. It's understanding that the folks that do watch you and come support you, they are coming because you've done something that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how messed up would it be for you as an artist to deprive that person of that specific talent or skill that they paid to come see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an annoying thing. I don't get annoyed. And the only time I get annoyed is if I'm on Instagram and I'm trying to talk some real stuff and people are just like, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally, I can see a lot of my Instagram followers have typing Tourette's. That's what they have. They have typing Tourette's. They type stuff and they shouldn't type it. And I'm like, that's an inside type, not an outside type. Do the Jay-Z. I can hear them. So I have come to the point now, like I'm saying, if you come to my shows, whatever, I will do the impressions, but that is not the bulk of my act.
Mm-hmm.
That is just what I use to lead you in. And if you watch, you sit there for that hour and a half, you're like, damn, this motherfucker, I thought he was just going to do voices. No, bitch. No. I did that because I knew you liked it.
Right.
But to keep you as a fan, to keep you coming back, I have left you with a personal piece of myself. And that's all you can do as a stand-up comic is be raw and authentic to yourself. So I'm talking about my life, what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can accept it or not, but this is what's going on. And hey, I'll give you a little Eddie Murphy impression at the end too.
What's the process like for getting, like, I remember when I was young and I loved Daryl Hammond, Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. And I think he said something along the lines of like, he just gets in a room by himself with a bunch of videotapes and a bottle of whiskey and just keeps watching it and drinking and watching it and drinking until he gets it right. Well,
I don't use whiskey as my poison. Mine is a little more green, but the same type of process, man. It's you lock in, dude. You lock in, you pay attention, you even listen to how somebody enunciates something to take your mouth and be able to enunciate it like they do so you could just get the authentic sound out. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes like with newer impressions that I have to do because, a whole bunch of people are stepping down now as far as cartoons go with certain positions. So if I'm asked to do a character or something from a show or whatever it is, I am literally morphing. I'm listening. I'm totally locked in. And I'm contorting my face to make the sound come out as authentically as possible. And it is a process, man. LeBron James, what does LeBron James do? LeBron James gets freaking 120 vitamin syringe shots inside of himself. And then he shoots 1,000 free throws and he dunks 2 million times. It's the same type of shit.
Right.
It literally is the same type of shit. I am in here talking to myself like Jay-Z damn near 2 hours out of the day.
Yeah, you're like a fucking
2 hours. I'm just in my bitch. I'm just hey Jay, what's up? No, nothing. You good? Yeah. Yo, let's go get some food. All right. What you want? Grubhub. You heard? Yeah. Oh.
You're like one of those fucking Russian astronauts who's been on the space station alone for like 6 years. Yeah. And he's just talking to himself nonstop.
You got like split personalities, Jay Pharoah. You're just talking. Have you met like most of or all of the people do you know Jay? Do you know Denzel? Do they get a kick out of it?
Yes. I met Jay. I met Denzel. It's so fun. When I met Jay-Z calls me fake Jay-Z.
You do Jay very well.
That's gotta feel
It's the coolest.
Yeah.
It's the coolest shit ever. He'd be over there with his nap locks, and he'll see me. Cause he got nap locks.
Yeah.
Matt Locke, he got nap locks. So he'll see me, he'd be like, yo, what up, fake Jay-Z?
That's fucking incredible, dude.
Who's your best white person impression?
My best white person impression? I have a few, man. I think my Joaquin Phoenix Joker impression is pretty freaking spot on.
Let me see it. I don't want to be that guy, but let me see it.
Well, hi, Murray. Do you know what it's like out there? Everybody just yells at each other. No one's civil anymore. No one thinks what it's like to be the other guy. You think guys like Thomas Wayne care about people like me? They don't. They think we'll just sit there and take it, that we won't werewolf and go wild.
Ooh, oh, shit.
Ooh, that laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's right,
bro.
motherfucker. I can do crazy white people too. Yeah, that's right.
I'm just saying, all my white people are batshit crazy. Yes.
Yo, on a serious note, though, I saw, you know, when everything went down with George Floyd, I saw on Instagram you were talking about your own experience, which seemed to be, I mean, that had to be a pretty harrowing moment. That was some wild shit.
Definitely, man. I was totally incredulous that it was happening to me because I was in my neighborhood. I was exercising. I have this thing called the Run Tracker app. Well, I was using it. Ever since that day, it hasn't worked. But I had this app called the Run Tracker app that was helping me keep Beyonce hips away from myself during the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my problem. Everybody got their problem area. My problem area is my butt. Like, son, like, yo, I used to get catcalled when I was little. Yeah, that's like I'd bend over and they'd be like, "Yeah, she got a fat ass." I say, "She." Oh, my bad, nigga, my bad. But you see what you got going.
Double cheeked up, Jay Pharoah.
So I got this thing, Run Tracker app now. Mind you, I am running damn near 4-5 times out of the week, right? Consistently. April 26th, I'm out on Ventura. I'm running. Now, understand this app, it has a timer that it tells you to run, it tells you to slow down. Mm-hmm. You run for about 15 minutes, you walk for like 2, or you go 20, walk for like 2.5, something like that. All right. I'm going across Ventura and Corbin. At this point, I am at a walking, resting moment in this freaking app. I look to the left of me. I see a police officer. There's a helicopter that flies over my head. I see the police officer. I see that situation. I got my Bose headphones on. I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm innocent. I'm not doing anything. Right. All of a sudden, I see the officer with his gun approaching me saying, "Freeze, get on the ground." I looked at the officer and then I looked over my shoulder because I was sure whoever they were about to get, I was about to videotape. Mm-hmm. That's what I was. I was like, let me get my videotape out because, we're going to get that. No, they're talking to me. Get on the ground. Okay, I'm getting on the ground. Spread your arms out like an airplane. That's weird. Why I need to spread my arms out like an airplane? Guy gets on top of me. Police officer with the gun got on top. 3 other officers approached. They had their guns. Another officer was in the front, no gun on him. They get on top of me. Officer gets on top of me. The Run Tracker app says run. I said, bitch, I can't.
There's no setting on the app for guns are drawn, Fast Tracker app. I can't.
I'm like, yo, do you have like the gun filter? Can you put that on right now? Because that's what's happening to me right now, So they tell me to get up. I said, how can I get up? I said, I'm in handcuffs. I don't even know why I'm in handcuffs. I've never even been in handcuffs in a bedroom.
You got to live a little, bro.
I have lived. I just ain't done that. So I'm like, yo, what is that? Get up. All right. So they help me up. They say, you're being detained. I was like, for what? I'm innocent. I was like, yo, I didn't do anything. Well, you match the description of a suspect with gray sweatpants on and a gray shirt. You mean like every other black person? That's
yeah, I mean, come on.
All of
that's
Hollywood,
what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm like, yo, if you look up Jay Pharoah, you will see that you are making a terrible mistake. Look it up. A few minutes later, after After I'm in handcuffs, keep in mind, I'm sweating. All of this is sweaty. They've already had me on the ground. Now I'm sweaty and I'm dirty. They don't have on gloves. They don't have on masks, anything like that, right? Dude comes back. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We got the wrong guy. You're free to go."
Yeah, fucking think so.
Just like,
Yeah.
of course you got
I
the
told you
wrong guy.
that. Yeah. Crazy.
I sat there. It's like Kanye West. I told you. I just told you. I told you who I was. I told you. Ridiculous, man. So, it's just here's the thing. I am so glad I got out of that situation alive because put this shit in perspective. If that Run Tracker app would have told me to be running at that time, and I got on my noise canceling Bose headphones on, and I'm running through that situation, and the cops have their guns drawn, and I don't stop, what do you think would have happened?
Yeah, for real. It's a scary thought, man.
We've seen what would have happened.
Yeah,
we saw it again 2 nights ago.
Yeah, it's like
right.
It could have just been music.
And he got shot
a lot.
He got shot 7, 8 times.
7, I think.
And he's
right?
alive.
I know,
dude. That's a guy who's not supposed to die.
Yeah,
he's
if
not
he survives
supposed
that,
to die.
oof, watch out, man. It's a crazy.
It's real,
time.
brother.
Yeah,
it's real, brother. The message is this: if you are an innocent Black person in America, your life can still be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a constant threat, and that's why we're out here marching and protesting so hard. That's why we want to see change, because now that everybody has been able to sit down for the past few months and just absorb the world, you can deduce that it's just not right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not supposed to be like that. And it should have never been like that. But because of false stereotypes, because of negative images and just full assumption without knowing the history of Black people, you can be tricked into being scared.
When you speak on stuff like this, do you ever get like ignorant idiots being like, "Well, how is racism real if you made it? Like you're Black and you're rich and you're successful, so how could racism possibly be real?"
I hear that all the time, but now I'm like this. You want to know how racism is real? Look at that videotape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When
you can see what it is.
After they realized, were they like apologetic? Were they like, they realized who you were and they were nice to you and shit?
Not really.
Like, no, fucking A, man. That's unbelievable.
They would just say, yeah, our bad. Like it wasn't like a big thing to them.
Like,
it wasn't a big thing.
That's crazy to just hit you with a my bad. Like 4 people were around me with guns, dude.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck you talking about? Your bad. Like it's fucking.
You're goddamn right. It's your bad. No fucking kidding.
You didn't fucking spill some milk, bro. You had 4 guns pointed on me.
And you look at this situation like, yo, why do you all have guns aimed coming towards me and I don't have shit on me?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. I have workout gear on. You can clearly see. Even the people that stopped and talked to me after, they were like, you didn't even look like a suspect. You just looked like you were exercising. I said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's ridiculous and it needs to stop. And I think as far as people, everybody needs to be more educated just about the laws and just about what officers are able and not able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they come up to you like Jay-Z, remember Jay-Z had that Jay-Z said in 99 Problems but a bitch ain't one. He said middle finger on he said, son, do you know what I'm stopping you for? Because I'm young and I'm Black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mind reader, sir? I don't know. Well, you were doing 55 and a 54. And he was like, yo, I ain't passed the ball, but I know a little bit enough for you want to legally search my shit.
Yeah, if you know the rules.
That they can't pull that on you. They're not supposed to do that, man.
Right.
So,
but what's scary is, even if you do know and you're right, it doesn't matter because they're the ones with fucking guns.
Like, I was watching a documentary. I think it was Vice or somewhere. I forget who it was, and it was with a former police officer in Baltimore, who quit because he'd come back from war and he wanted to serve his community, and he quickly realized that like he's not serving his community. He's like, I just had numbers I had to hit and blah blah blah. And he's like, and let me tell you why it's so easy to be a police officer, because like he's like, I can't drive down this street legally. He's like, no one can. It's impossible to do. Like the like, you know, like, oh, you're 6 inches too close to a car. You can fucking make up something to just pull someone over.
Right.
And who does that happen to more often?
Right.
Me or Jay?
Well, Cordell Feidelberg.
Cordell had a hard time. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy times, but obviously, you know, people like talented like yourself with the impressions and the jokes and the comedy do, you know, at least bring out the light side of things. So we appreciate that. And it sounds like business is good. You got a lot of projects in the works. Bad Hair, 2 Minutes of Fame. We got all sorts. Every platform, Nickelodeon.
How to Fake Award. I mean, you're all over it. It's crazy, man. That was 10 minutes of the interview. You just listing off what you got going. But for real, man.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, you're blessed, but you know, you earned it too because you're talented as shit. Last question for you before you go: do you, because there are a few, you know, everyone knows the names of like the Daryl Hammonds and Jay Pharoahs and Caliendos. Is there like a fraternity and like a brotherhood, or is there a little bit of rivalry and some unspoken tension? Or you guys are all cool?
As far as I go, I don't beef with anybody. And I think for the most part, all of us are, for the most part, most of us are gregarious and amicable to each other, and we're willing to work with each other.
For the most part. So who's who? Who's not for the most part then?
Huh? Oh, I'm not gonna listen. I don't negatively talk about. I'm not gonna put anybody out in the negative light. You know what I mean? I mean, you can pretty much look at interviews and see who I'm talking about. A person who probably will talk about other people. But I will say this about myself. I have never done that. I have never talked about anybody in a negative way publicly. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not going to do that.
Right.
You know, that's just not me. Yeah. So there's not a rival. I'll tell you who I'm cool with. All right. I'll just list who I'm cool with. All right. I'm cool with Afia Crockett. I'm cool with Daryl Hammond. I'm cool with Caliendo. I'm cool with Dean Edwards. I'm cool with Godfrey. And I've never met Ross Mersquan, but I think he's brilliant. I think Chloe on SNL, she's amazing. She's freaking fantastic. And Melissa Villasenor, she's good too. And I'm cool. Those are the people I can name that I'm cool with. There might be like 1,000 other impressionists, but those are the people that I know who I'm cool with.
Well, listen, I got one more name for you.
I ain't gonna talk about who I don't beat you.
I got one more name for you. There's a guy here. He just started out with us. His name's Joey Molinaro, and he does a lot of college football impressions and whatnot.
He does a lot with Caliendo. I think Caliendo calls him like Little Caliendo or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send him your way if you ever get a chance to check him out. He's new and up and coming. And he's killing it too. So,
dude. Listen, I am like I'm saying. I know you about to end because it sounds like a wrap up. You like, listen, we're gonna end. Listen, let me just say this.
Hey, we're the ones getting the text. I think you got something going on. I got nothing.
I know I gotta go to another interview, but it's like this. I do not. It does not do me any justice or anybody any justice to negatively talk about somebody or put somebody else down. When you constantly bring people up and talk about the positives of folks, you are constantly being elevated. Those folks that make it their mission to down other people, to talk negatively about people, to constantly bicker and worry about what other people are doing, those people are stuck in their positions because they're stuck in their ways. And until you elevate your thinking and get rid of that, you will not go any higher. It's the same thing with accepting your blessings. If you have some blessings that come to you, be appreciative. Don't look past those blessings and say, oh, what's next? Live in the moment. Because when you live in the moment, that's when more blessings come. When you just constantly trying to find what's next, you will never be happy and you will run yourself empty.
Jay Pharoah, let me tell you what. In this very chair, I had therapy at noon today. You just kicked her ass.
Yeah. That's words of wisdom right there. From Jared Pharoah.
Jared Pharoah. Oh.
Thank you so much for the time, dude.
Thank you so much, dude. Have a great one.
Thank you, man.
Best of luck.
You too, brother.
Peace.